What's going on, everybody? I appreciate those of you that were hanging out waiting on the stream to start. For those of you that were just in the members live stream and are coming over, welcome back. Long time no see. For those of you checking out the replay, though, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. So when we do these live chats in the future, you can take part right along with us. And I don't know what made me go with Midnight Gold from Mancera, but that was my choice today as far as my scent of the day. 5 sprays around the neck. Fresh, citrusy, bright and spicy, a little bit of pepper going on with some rose, watery notes, things like that. Does lean on the feminine side, but I quite enjoy it. That's why I like Mancera's freshies. They're usually, not all the time, but a lot of them are centered around florals, very fresh. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I love it. It smells elegant to me for being fresh. So that's what I am rocking today. I have so many Manceras. I just randomly pick them from time to time. What can I say? So about 10-minute mark, we'll dive into this. I have my bottle of Invicto Victorious Elixir, Fragrance World's take on Invictus Victory Elixir. Very excited to check that out. And I was told many times this has a lot of similarity to Aqua Sensuale Blue, which that's the fragrance most related to this channel. Afnan Highness 6 Blue. This is heavy. So this is my first Afnan Highness fragrance. So I'm actually going to open that one first. I'm pretty excited to check that out. We'll wait till about the 10-minute mark. Give everybody a chance that wants to be here to get here. Hit that like button on the way in. It does help. It does help. It engages the algorithm and everything. So let's see who's doing what. I see Jamie upgraded to All-Star for next month for the giveaway. All right. Good luck to you. I hope you win one of the giveaways. Aqua Sensuale Blue. And Scent of the Night Dylan Blue. Well, speaking of, is that what people have said about this? It's a combination of those? Because I know Aqua Sensuale Blue is like a thing with this. That's what I've been told. Manny, good to see you, bad boy Cobalt. Joel, always a pleasure. No arrows today, yeah. It's just his avatar every day. I don't think he wears it every day. Detour Noir for Paul. Good to see you. Bilbo's in the house. What's going on, Bilbo? Smoky Blizzard. Gotta love the name. Yo, how are you, sir? The Blur has arrived. Ethan, what's going on? The Arm Cologne, which I already knew. Just sprayed a little black rose to test, and wow. So you got to hit it with every time I see wow, I now think that. Fuck me. Wow. Shout out to George Atkinson. Kevin, good to see you. Clinton, Percival, you smell great. Adolfo wearing green Irish tweet. Smash that like button. Let them know. Let them know, my man. I'm going to go ahead and click refresh. We're starting to get a decent crowd. We got 70 people in the first 3 minutes. If you don't mind, on your way and hit that thumbs up because we have almost a third likes to viewers. We're better than that. We're better than that. Justin, what's going on, my man? Another one wearing Dylan Blue. Ibn Fume, Tom Ford. That is a banger. Man, is that a good fragrance. What's going on, Keith? Welcome back. Kaylin, good to see you again. Excited for the Invicto. I'd say Victory Elixir is my favorite designer in Scent of the Day Sedley, which I didn't know about that already. It was one of my favorite designer releases of the year last year. Starting to think it's becoming my favorite Invictus. Now look, Invictus Aqua 2018, special place in my heart, always and forever. Please don't get that twisted. But as far as the current stuff, like the last several releases, hands down my favorite. Earthy, smoky vanilla, warm and ambery. I love it. Good to see you wearing Azaro, the Most Wanted from Juan Ochoa. Burberry Hero. Flicky TVs wearing Dior and Parfum. You, sir, smell fantastic. Fragrance Fraternity wearing Sublime. Excited for the clone. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. Probably the $44 I paid for the 60 ml of Royal Vanilla. I paid 40 some odd dollars for a 120 milliliter tester. It was one of Fragrance Buy's sales. It was either Black Friday deals or the Boxing Day sale for Christmas. It was one of those two. It was like $48 for 120 ml. Aside from that, my 60 ml of Vetiver Sensual from the previous year that I paid like $44 for. Those two. Good to see you, Flicky. Cost per ohm. Oh, intense. Worked in the cooler weather. Cody's wearing YEDT. That's a great fragrance. Robert Graham Valor for Greg. Afnan Highness Blue, in my opinion, think it's more greens in it. I haven't looked in any notes, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see if I'm going to get any relation to it because that's what I've heard about it. The Boz has arrived. Boston Scent Elixir. What do you think about it, Boz? I'm glad you just got. I know you were eager to get it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Dilly, good to see you. Alexander with the $5 super chat. On the fence between buying 40 knots or French Riviera. Ooh, that's a tough one for me. Haven't smelled either. What would you choose if only one? Some people may disagree with me here, but I love me some Mancera French Riviera. They're both great. They're both my style. They're both my taste. But to me, French Riviera is just a mood. It's a certain mood, a laid-back vibe in summertime. It's creamy. It's white floral, but it's not flowery, girly kind of feminine. It's not super powdery. It's watery and fresh. I mean, I would think the way I'm speaking of it is saying it all. I got to go French Riviera here. If it's me, that's the one. And look, if you buy it based off of what I just said, I can only hope that you enjoy it because it's not a good move to just buy it off of how I feel. Try to get a decant or something online if you can, but man, clearly it's for me. I didn't speak this passionately about 40 knots. It's because that's the obvious choice for me. But I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Dedrick's live right now too. Shit. What's wrong with him? I'm gonna fuss him. What's wrong with you? So shout out to Dedrick. That's my guy. I mean, green, blue, and spicy. I kind of like that. Precious liquid, salt and pepper for Larry. Let's see. Good to see both of you back. Fiction reality. Just got my sample of vanilla oud. Smells great, but reminds me of a Mancera. Which Mancera? Curious, because some people have told me oud vanille. And oud vanille, sure, a little similarity, but way stripped down from Virtus vanilla oud. Way stripped down version of it, for sure. But that's probably the one you're thinking, because I've heard others say that. And I agree. But vanilla oud, way more going on. Spices, smoke, all this. It's way more involved. Rosé with Dior Homme Parfum, a layering combo. Okay. Montal Red Vetiver, I've never tried. Aventus and currently testing Tonka Cola and Black Gold. Oh, nice. Switched and added Black Gold to the situation. Had to wash oud vanille off. Wasn't my style. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And that's one of the more wearable ouds from Mancera, too. Maybe you just don't like oud because that's one of their more easygoing, approachable ones. What kind of deodorant do you wear? It's unscented, class. No, so I wear a Degree Cool Rush. Have since I was a teenager. My go-to. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Boisé smells perfect for the cooler temperature. I agree. Dumont Celerio Epic. Welcome back to the live TLTG family. And he hits me with an LA Night. Yeah. Hell yeah. Speaking of, let's play that clip real quick. We'll just play the audio. So we still got like 2 more minutes till we get started. Where's that clip from the Rumble? That was from Raw. Let me keep scrolling. Where is it at? Hear all of us hollering and shit. That was great. Don't let the wrestling media lie to you. At the Royal Rumble, we were a live ass crowd. They are full of shit, the wrestling media. Bullshit. We were a live crowd, man. We were in it. Anyways, I know that most of you don't care, but I had to mention it. Thoughts on Sphinx fragrances? So I have several. I've done multiple launches for Sphinx, being the first video on YouTube. The initial launch for the brand, I did that. I have all of their fragrances. Excellent work. Mohammed Hefes has it locked down with building a great brand. I would strongly encourage you, check them out. Great quality, great performance, unique profiles. That's the most important things. How are you? Just a question about the best brands with Oriental scents. If you want more Oriental forward fragrances, I would strongly encourage you discover, sample, and try things from Amouage. Sauvage EDP. It's nice, especially on skin, long-lasting, too good projection. Yes, it's still tied. Even though they don't list the Menenka, you smell it. If you've smelled the other versions of Boston Scent, you smell the DNA. And that pimento spice really jumps out. I really, really enjoy it. No, it's all good. All good. I already heard stuff about it. That's what made me buy it. I got coerced into buying it on that live stream. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Don't worry about it. I do want to get on that one. I do want to get that one. Okay, yeah, don't let me know what it smells like. Well, then again, you can, because I've heard it's a more wearable, kind of like Reflection Man. I actually heard that recently. So yeah, you totally tell me what you think then, because I've already heard opinions on it, actually. Now that I think about it. Black Afghano, ooh, coming in strong. Not sure like Oud Lemon Mint Dry Down, but I love both. Dang, another. Yeah, this is the public live stream. We did the members live stream an hour and a half ago. We did a little over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes for those of you that didn't know. Degree Cool Rush. Yeah, absolutely. And look, it's not for everybody. You may never like it. You never know. I don't know. I've never seen Dior directly do that. Leather Tobacco. I shaved with the set. Yes, sir. I think RVD. So, fun fact, RVD wrestled last night on AEW Dynamite in a great match against Swerve Strickland, too. It was a great match. Oh, God, my voice is still like you'll randomly hear it drop off a little bit with certain syllables. And, yeah. There was literally, when we left the Rumble, it was Raw. When we walked out of Raw, got in the car, Atkinson's voice was completely gone. He had to stop talking for a little bit and let it come back. It was like this to a whisper. It was bad. Because the 2 events of us hollering, screaming, singing along, chants, we were in it. We popped hard for a couple of things. I mean, we were excited to be part of the crowd, you know. It's a great era to be at a WWE live event when all the big names are out there. Both nights, Jay started the Rumble, and then Jay had a match with Bronson Reed on Raw. That man is so over. The whole arena both times singing his entire theme, and we're all in that bitch right there the whole time. Everybody in the arena. I don't think I saw a single person both times not doing it. Yes, I have Magnetic, and I can feel some similarity for sure. I like Elixir. Elixir's my favorite one. They topped it. Magnetic was, I thought, was the best of the bunch, in my opinion. See that? That's the best one to me. For those of you that didn't see today's video, you probably have no idea why I'm stressing that. But those of you that saw the video, you get it. Reach for one more. Been a minute since I wore it. Seems to be fading around the 8-hour mark. Well, the best part is 8 hours is a third of a day. And you're only awake for 2/3 of the day most of the time if you sleep 8 hours. So that's great. 8 hours on any fragrance is great longevity, my man. Great longevity. And you're probably experiencing some olfactive fatigue. It's probably doing more than that. If you're able to detect it for 8 hours, it's doing more. Because that Embroxin wears you out. Yes, sir. Let's see. I went to spray myself for a second. Worker said, "You smell great. What are you wearing?" I was like, Degree Cool Rush. So, guys, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stay right here because I'm towards the bottom. And let's go ahead and get into the first one. We're at 13 minutes. We got right around 100 people. Make sure to hit that like button on your way in. For those of you that haven't yet, because that 94 currently could turn into 130 just like that if you hit that thumbs up for me, because it triggers algorithms. It's a good thing. We're going to start with Afnan Highness number 6, also known as Afnan Highness Blue. Never smelled anything in this line. I was coerced into getting this based off of subscriber recommendation. So it's a heavy ass package. Really is. All right, let's check it out together. See what we're working with. Come on now. Take your time. There we go. All right. Afnan paper. So it's the fold-out style, kind of like the Armand Club Dinner Limited Edition box. Oh, caught on my finger. A nice felt sleeve. You know, it's sad for me when I get nice presentations like this because I know I'm going to toss them because I don't keep the boxes anymore. That is nice. That is very nice. Very, very nice. Heavy bottle. Cut out the foam. Very nice. Really is. Beautiful. Beautiful presentation. Good job, Afnan. It's a hefty sumbitch right here. Let me take the autofocus off because it's not automatically focusing like it should. It says Highness number 6, a deep royal, if you will. And this feels like metal overlays. Afnan on the cap. Info on the bottom. Let's see if it holds. Well, not really. So I would not advise picking this up by the cap. Cap is hefty in metal with a little bit of plastic filling. Turn the autofocus back on. Let's see what kind of atomizer we're working with here. I have a feeling it's going to be solid. Big wide mist. I see what you're talking about with green, Joel. Very green. A little spiced, aromatic. It's more of, I hate to use this term, but generic blue than it is aqua essenziale blue. Because aqua essenziale blue, for being a blue, is kind of its own thing. It doesn't smell exactly like a bunch of other things. It has elements, but kind of its own thing. This is on the spicier side, though. Clearly some spicy greens. It doesn't come across peppery. It's kind of like a basil rosemary maybe kind of thing. Just spicy greens in general. Airy fresh, a little bit of musk. It's not flooring me. It's not like, oh my God, good. It's good. It's good fragrance. But it's not, oh my God, this is amazing. It's not like blowing me away. I wouldn't put this in my top 10 blue fragrances. Excuse me. I don't know. This one might have to grow on me a little bit more, but I just think it's okay. It's solid, above average, not basic, decent quality. It's woodsy green, a little aromatic and spicy. Has some freshness to it. Let's see if we can get some notes here over on Parfumo. See if they have it listed. Number 6. Here we go. Highly rated in the 13 ratings. Fresh, spicy, powdery, aquatic, resinous. Definitely agree with fresh and spicy. I don't get a ton of powder. A little bit, sure. Ambergris, fresh notes, nutmeg, spicy notes, black currant, lavender, patchouli, amber musk, oak moss. Okay. I mean, it's solid. I do like it. I think this is higher than I'm going to rate it at 8.2. I don't think it's going to crack 8 for me. I think it's like a 7 out of 10. It's a very good fragrance. I do like it. I'm going to wear it. I want to see what it's about. But it didn't like captivate me like, ooh, this was a good move. You guys have watched me enough and know me well enough to understand my reactions. I'm not feeling this one like crazy, but it is a good fragrance. I've just got so many blues that I would pick over this every time. That's the thing. Because it fits a genre that's very near and dear to my heart, because I'm a blue fragrance guy, no secret. I've been touted as such. Pull that comment down. It's getting a little bit more powdery. It's getting a little bit more interesting. And who knows, I might wear this one tomorrow. Give it its just due. Maybe tomorrow I start, really vibing with it. Doing a full wearing. I don't know, because I think it's a very good fragrance. It's just not flooring me. Been smelling too much random niche lately. I think that's what's been happening. I'm a little, not underwhelmed, but not as impressed, I guess would be the way to look at it. I do appreciate the spice and how it's getting a little powdery, though. I do. It's solid. I'm going to stick with a 7 out of 10, though. Afnan Highness number 6. Highness number 6. Blue. Afnan Highness Blue, as it's being called. I think it's wearing my nose out because it's getting softer, and I don't think it's the fragrance wearing out that quickly. I think it's my nose. So what is that note? It's on the musky side. Oh, excuse me. Maybe it's this oak moss patchouli combo because it's a little earthy, and I wasn't expecting earthy. Maybe that's why people say Aqua Essenziale Blue, because that's got cypriol that makes it a little earthy in the dry down, and it is a powdery fragrance. That's not a soapy lavender. This has lavender. It's not soapy. It's powdery. Maybe that's why I've been told it's kind of in the vein of Aqua Senziale Blue. Yes and no. Yes and no. I see it. I get it. I can understand it in the comparison. It's very good. It's just not like blowing me away. It is what it is. Solid. I might wear it tomorrow. Yeah, I might wear that tomorrow. I don't know if you heard my voice drop off. I wore this last night. Happy Chapard Lemon Dolce. Man, this is good. Shout out to John Carlo. I know you're here. This was such $14. Ridiculous that I paid that for this. I love the cap because it's actual glass. Buy this for 14 bucks if you want a crazy good watery lemon. This is so good. So good. I didn't wear nothing during the day, but I sure as hell wore that out the shower. Let's get caught up on this chat, and then we'll dive into the Fragrance World fragrance. Not to talk. He did talk a good bit while we were there, I have to say. Yeah, crowd energy is very intense in WWE. So I've been in my cart for a bit, excited to learn more. Sick presentation. What's going on, Josh? Aqua de Parma Colonia deodorant spray. Kept the box for jewelry. Made it just in time. Good to see you. Yeah, somebody else told me a minute ago. That explains why I only have 100 instead of like 130, 140, 150. Because some people are watching Dedrick right now. He's probably got 40 or 50, I would think. That's his typical crowd, maybe 60. So I guess we're splitting the audience right now. It's all good, though. No big deal. Shout outs to my man. It's my guy. Grandmaster. E, check out the member live stream. I forgot which giveaway you won, but you won one of the giveaways. Check out the member live stream. Called a grown-up blue. That's fair. It's getting much more powdery, which is making it much more interesting to me because I like powdery fragrances. I definitely like it. Not so much to me because that one's extremely aquatic. Like, I don't get the tie-in there personally. Stop it. Not really in here. I don't find it's aquatic. Like, seeing aquatic as the fourth accord. Fresh, spicy, powdery, resinous, and I would say earthy as number 5. Instead of aquatic at 4, I would move resinous up to 4, and I'll put earthy in the 5th hole. That's what how I would address these main accords. Because that oak moss patchouli combo, I don't know if it's one, the other, or a blend of both, but I do get this earthy, slightly green tone. Like, that's the green that Joel's talking about. They do jump out to me. Like 62. I think I paid like 62 for it. There's a link in the chat if you guys want to check it out. I mean, in the description. Yeah, 63. I was close. Yep, it was 63. Highness 3 greens, a twist on Royal Oud, and it's banging. I wear it perhaps once a week. Noted. I'm going to put that in the cart for right now. I'm not saying I'm going to buy stuff right now, but it'll stay in my cart because I always buy something within a few weeks. And each palette will go down a bit. And see, I wore a cheapie last night, and I mean, Mancera is not high-end luxury or anything. I'm wearing Mancera today. I've been smelling a lot of niche lately because I brought mostly niche with me on the trip. We did a blind smelling rate with 4 out of the 5 were niche. We have Prada Luna Rosa and Club de Nuit Sillage having a child. Because it does come across a little metallic. Maybe that's what they mean by aquatic. Maybe I'm interpreting it as metallic. I get where you're coming from, Paul. That actually makes a lot of sense based on what I'm smelling. Because it's very lavender forward, but not soapy like Prada Luna Rosa. Sorry about that. I know that clearing the throat sound because I watch back these live streams. That annoys me when I'm watching. I can't imagine what it's like for you guys. Tom Ford Oud Wood. Oh, Easy 9. I love it. It's my second favorite blue behind Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Yep, easy 9 out of 10. I hope not, because then I got to worry about getting it from overseas because my ass is going to get that bottle. I will have it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, because it's amazing. Bad boy. Yeah, Cobalt Blue Elixir. I did see that that's coming out as well. Yes, sir. Boston Motion Silver. Citrus Legend. Smell a lot alike. So, yeah, so I've always called Aqua Cinziale Blue kind of a slightly more affordable, back when it was 20-something bucks, an affordable alternative to Dylan Blue. Because it's not a clone of it. They don't smell exactly the same, but they have elements that they share. So I'm with you on that. Never tried it, my man. Never tried. Just bought Toomey Continuum and Unwind. So splendid. Heading into work for some overtime at the fire station. Just want to say, hey, Dior Homme Sport. And look, it doesn't even matter which version of Dior Homme Sport. All 4 versions are good. I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you have a safe and productive night. Appreciate you so much for coming in. Ooh. As far as the Essence flankers of the man line specifically, I would say Glacio Essence. Because as far as the ones that say Essence, I have Glacio Essence, Wood Essence, and Rain Essence. That's the 3 that have Essence in the name that I have. I would say Glacio Essence. So I haven't done both yet, but Highness 6 is getting very powdery and it's a little earthy green. I gave it a 7 out of 10 early, but I think I'm going to bump it to a 7.5 because it's gotten a lot better. The dry down's beautiful because it's on the powdery side, and I'm just a sucker for powdery fragrances. I just am, especially since it's not Tonka or Iris, but it's still powdery. It's really good because that earthy green tone mixing with it, but it's still fresh. It's gotten better. I'm going to bump it to a 7.5. We haven't opened the Fragrance World clone yet. We're about to. Good to see you. Latafa Assad is where it's at. Do a split with you, Dedrick, 30, 40 minutes. I mean, you could just open both windows and go back and forth. Just saying. We could both win that way. Just saying. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the Fragrance World clone of Invictus Victory Elixir, which I hold in very high regard. I think it's great. One of the best designers that came out last year. But Fragrance World has earned opportunities with me because they do really good work with these designer clones. They get pretty close. Check out this bottle. This is a heavy-ass bottle. This is a weird bottle, but it is a heavy bottle. Invicto Victory Elixir. I like how they went with the same color scheme, the black to blue gradients. Cap holding in place. Yes, it does. Holds really well. So what kind of atomizer we're working with? Solid. So that's got that same like slightly funked wood smell that Proud of You Absolute has in the opening. That's what I smelled. And now I'm getting vanilla. Like immediately, even out in the air, after I got that immediate little wood funk, it turned into Invictus Victory Elixir. So I'm looking for earthy patchouli. I'm looking for warm amber, creamy vanilla. I'm looking for smoky, and I'm looking for a little bit powdery. Letting some of this alcohol disperse a little bit. Dissipate is the word I'm actually looking for. Oh, there's even a little touch of spice. This is pretty close. This is Invictus Victory Elixir. Not the exact. Not exact. Hold that thought. Just grab Invictus Victory Elixir. Why fight it? Let's just grab the damn bottle. Give it a spray up on the forearm so I can go back and forth with the real deal. I can tell you now, this is going to be better, but I'm not looking for quality. I'm looking for accuracy. That is better. I can tell you just off of smelling right away, just buy the real one. Just right away. Get Invictus Victory Elixir. It's a cleaner, higher quality smell, which is funny to say about a Paco Rabanne Invictus flanker, right? There is a noticeable difference in quality here. This comes across a little spiced, woodsy, earthy, not as smoky. Whereas I do get more of the creaminess of the vanilla with the original. So they're not exact. I would call it 80% probably. Just in this early stage, I would call it 80% because it's clear as day they're going for Invictus Victory Elixir. It does smell like Victory Elixir, but not to the T. The blend and the balance and the same nuance at the same time, they're not spot on and they don't align with one another. It's got that woody funk to it. And when I say funk, I don't necessarily mean a bad thing. I use the word funk for certain things, oud and such. I don't mean it as a bad thing. It's like this funky, musky tone to it. Close, but not exact. Not exact. See if we can find a note breakdown. They never have fragrance world on there, so I'm gonna have to search it. Let's see. Frag Flex, never heard of them. No note breakdown. Parfum. Here's a note breakdown. Okay. According to Parfum, which I've been to the site before, pink pepper and lemon, frankincense, lavender, vanilla tonka bean, amber. I don't even see patchouli, but I get an earthy tone. Lemon, pink pepper, huh? Frankincense, sure. Vanilla, amber. There's something a little funky here. It's like a woody, funky smell. Dare I say it's a little bit stronger, but my nose could be wearing out. A little tiny bit stronger here in the early stages than actual Invictus Victory Elixir. So I don't know. But I can tell you this, it didn't give me the same feeling as when I sprayed Invictus Victory Elixir. So I'm going to say it's good enough, but not really good. Like 7 out of 10. It's a very good fragrance. Like if you don't have Victory Elixir and you only want to spend 30-something bucks, this totally works. But if you're willing to save up to the 90-some-odd $100 range to get this 100 ml or get a 50 ml, you can get it cheaper than that. But around 190 to 100 bucks, get the real one. It is better. Kind of like how I feel about 1 Million Parfum versus Fakar Gold from Lattafa. Get 1 Million Parfum. It is better. This is one of those instances where I feel the same, where I would suggest passing on this if you're willing to spend the money on actual Invictus Victory Elixir. That is better. This isn't a close enough match with the way they nuance and the way it smells. It's clear as day a clone they were going for. It's more inspired by, I think, than clone, because clone's usually pretty close. They were going for Invictus Victory Elixir. There's no denying that. But it's not close enough. It's a good fragrance, but it's not close enough. I do like smelling it. But not as much as smelling the original. So I'm going to pull that down. So I wouldn't say this is a must if you want this on a budget. This is fine. This is totally fine. If you have no desire to spend the 90 to 100 bucks on this, this is totally fine. This will do the trick. It smells similar. It's not spot on. I would call it 80% in these early stages. Maybe if it dries, as it dries, it'll get closer and closer. But it's a 7 out of 10. It's a very good clone. It's a very good fragrance. It's not a great fragrance. It's not in that 8 to 9 territory. If it was more accurate to this, it probably would be, because I'm going to be even more critical about this because I'm such a fan of this. because it's got to be a strong argument when it comes to designer clones, because these are already not super expensive. It's got to be a really strong case for me to say, just get this over this. And Fragrance World's done a pretty good job of swaying me to where I was like, man, $30, just you can just get this. It's the same thing. Like Le Male Le Parfum. Essence L'Homme Le Parfum, Fragrance World's version. Pretty much the same fragrance. You can just get their version. Here, there's a trade-off. Probably performs really well, but it's not spot on accurate. I would say stick to the original if you're willing to spend the money, because it's not super cheap or anything, but it's not crazy expensive. Get caught up in this chat. I agree. Oh, excuse me, my apologies. It is a great fragrance. Probably mid-month. We're going to be getting together next week about it. Finally off the road, YSL Blue Electrique. No. Epoque Artistique. That's better. That's not smoky like Invictus Victory Elixir. There are some similarities. Like, I get where people are coming from. There's some similarities, but it's not exactly the same fragrance. But Cadlage Epoque Artistique, I believe is how you say that, or that's how I've been saying it. That's a better fragrance than Invicto Victorious Elixir. Not wildly better, but I like it more. I mean, I'm always looking to see quality, see what kind of quality we're dealing with. Like the Afnan's not bad. And the Fragrance World is not bad, but the Afnan seems a little higher quality. I do like the Afnan fragrance more, especially as it's dried. And this is going to sound weird, but I'm getting a little bit of citrus now that it's been drying. Kind of weird. I like it though. Yeah, for sure. I would. My money's on getting the original. It's not close enough, but it's still solid. I mean, 30-something bucks. It's like a third of the price, and it does a good enough job. Just doesn't do a great job. Yeah, I think so. It's good stuff. That was one of the member giveaways in the last couple of months. We did 100 ml of Victory Elixir. I think Noah Birch won it, if I remember correctly. Honor and Glory, getting the original. Yeah, for sure. I love the original. I love the original too. I prefer it. I just discussed that. So, guys, switching to Dedrick. See all of you in the next one. Don't forget that thumbs up. I'm ashamed of you, Joel. You disappoint me, sir. You're leaving. You could have just left. I wish you wouldn't have told me, hey, I'm leaving your live stream to go somewhere else. Could have just left. I'm just messing with you, Joel. It's all good. Thanks for coming by, man. You mean Invictus Victory Elixir? I don't really get chocolate. Well, patchouli comes across chocolatey. That's probably why you get chocolate. Patchouli can be chocolatey. It's really good. Never smelled Invictus Victory, though. But standalone, it's really good. I haven't tried it. I don't know. I can't weigh in. I haven't tried it. I think that's a weird name. Why did they go with Afro Leather? I've heard of it. I just haven't tried it. It's got to be the patchouli then. Superman Davis, welterweight champion in boxing. I suppose you are not him. I don't know. I already answered that. Literally mere moments ago. So I know you guys probably had to hear. Wow. Literally moments. Like, dude, scroll back 2 minutes. Scroll back 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. No, it's not closer. I like it more. It's even further from it because Epoque Artistique is not Invictus Victory Elixir. It doesn't have the smokiness and everything. It's got some elements to it, but it's not the same fragrance. But I do like it more. But yeah, just scroll back 2 minutes. I literally just talked about that. Notice 9 times out of 10, it's always worth to get the original over a clone, unless Paris Corner's Milano, exceptional clone of 1 million EDT for sub $20. No, Fragrance World's good about like getting close with the name and the bottle. What's going on, my man? It's really good. It was one of the better designer releases of the year. I don't think it's cloning anything, honestly. I haven't. I have Gladiator. That's the only one I've tried. Right? It's like, man, you could have just left. You didn't have to tell me, hey, I'm leaving your live stream to go to a different live stream. So he's a moderator for Dedrick. So I guess I would have to give him a wrench to get him to stay. It's basically what it comes down to. I forgot. Sin of the day, 1 million cologne. Ooh, you never hear anybody talk about that. Basically, and this is the way I've always looked at it, if you took Invictus Aqua and added a synthetic rose, a powdery synthetic rose, you get Paco Rabanne's 1 million cologne. Doesn't smell like 1 million at all. No, he does them at least once a week. He has for a long time. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried Le Beau Parfum or Vic. Oh, Le Beau Parfum. Easily. That's my jam. That's my style. That's my favorite Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance is Le Beau Parfum. Yeah, I would take that. Rifaka Sin of the Day. Amazing recommendation. It is good. It is good. It gets pretty close to Baby Cat. Don't have experience with either. Joel is an enigma. I agree. Salt and Pepper by Precious Liquid. That is a great fragrance. It's been a little while since I smelled it. I smelled it with Justin a while back in Chicago. Boss Bottled Elixir. That's a great fragrance, especially if you like incense. That is certainly some good stuff. So now that we got the topic covered with those two, anybody have any questions for the next couple of minutes? Because I'll go ahead and shut it down in, under an hour probably. Now, anybody wants to go check out Dedrick can, because I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours. I did it almost an hour and a half before this one. See, now you can hear it in my voice because I've been talking a lot. Voice is wore out from the weekend, man. Can't wait to put the vlog together. I'm doing well. Everything's good. I hope you're well also. I don't have any. So everything you're asking me about, I haven't tried. You've got an agenda and a list that doesn't include any experience from me, unfortunately. Eventually. It's not on the got to do it right now list. There's so much. There's hundreds of thousands of fragrances out there that I haven't tried. And maybe one day I'll get to it. You're not the first person to ask me about it, though. Best friend is a Liverpool supporter. So anything else pertinent? Because we'll go ahead and shut it down at the 45-minute mark, basically, because I covered what I wanted to with this topic. Nothing crazy impressive here, but still some very good fragrances. I would recommend the Afnan of the two. It's a powdery blue, which I like. Yes, I actually have a. Was it a live stream? No, it was a regular video comparing the two. It's slightly sweeter and less aldehydic than the original formula. I like the original formula much more. You can only have fragrances from one brand for the rest of your life. What would it be? Yeah, so I'm not going to do that on the spot. I know Justin did Zaharoff when he did an actual video on it. That's not an in the moment thing. That's something that requires a lot of thought, because if you're to take that question seriously, that requires a lot of thought, especially with the amount of fragrances I have behind me. So I can't do that one on the spot. I'd have to give it some thought. Oh, big difference. So Prada L'Homme is based around soapy and powdery and very, very floral, whereas Amber Pour Homme smells like a warm, slightly spicy bar soap. Prada L'Homme is all about powdery and iris mainly. It's got even more spices, but that's the biggest trade-off. Spicy bar soap, powdery, very floral bar soap. Because they do soap fragrances. But that's the thing. The myrrh and the iris. That's the two big dividers. CC Blonde Amber and Mark Grand Soir. I think you meant MFK Grand Soir, which is amazing. I wore that Friday. So today is L'Homme Ultime. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Your take on Royale X. So Royale X is my favorite of the three when it comes to Royale X, and Triple X. A lot of citrus, very clean musk. Very, very clean musk. I would assume you saw the review on it. I did the launch. I typically do most of the launches for Zaharoff. Launch reviews, the first reviews on YouTube. Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. It's very citrus, fresh, clean musk. It's a happy medium between the two because the first one's more of a kind of resinous meets blonde wood fragrance with a little bit of citrus, and then Triple X is much more animalic musk. I figured that's what you meant. I don't know why it gets hate. I don't care for it. It's not bad. I actually prefer Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme over Intenso. Royale with cheese. There you go. No, I don't think so. Definitely not. They don't smell like at all. Oh, you mean the light blue flanker summer vibes? I'm thinking authenticity. So I've seen people say on the forums that it's like it. Sure, there's tie-in. They're both light blue flankers that have the DNA, but summer vibes is more about citrus, and light blue intense is more about aquatic and salty. So like there's some redundancy there, but not the same fragrance is how I would put it. No, I think he really did. I think we won't see him until SummerSlam. It's just a few months for him to have surgery and rehab it and everything. I think SummerSlam he'll make his triumphant return again because they'll make sure that it's a big live event for him to come back. I don't think they're going to wait all the way to the Rumble. He'll be ready way before that because you got to figure SummerSlam's roughly 6 months from now. And he's, from what I understand, the injury he's got's like a 4-month thing as far as rehab time and all that. So he could probably make it back for SummerSlam easily. Hopefully he's in shape because that 21 minutes he was in the Rumble, that son of a bitch was gassed. He looked wore out like The Rock working over Jinder Mahal on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, puffing and puffing. So he needs to get in shape. When he got fired from AEW, his ass sat on the couch. That's why they put him on the house show circuit against Dominic Mysterio for a while because he needed to get in shape. Yeah, Punk's out of shape. I got to see it firsthand. What's going on, my man? Just got some samples in, tested Desir Toxic, Vanilla Oud, and Red Colorado. Ooh. No for Desir Toxic. Oh, yeah, Vanilla Oud, yeah, for sure. And Red Colorado, yeah, it's a kind of a dry, ambery, leather, smoky fragrance. Very much matches the theme, the desert and the mountains and all that stuff. Very cowboy-like fragrance, if you will. Good stuff. Honestly, any of the Costa Azuras, Aqua, Parfum, EDP, doesn't matter. Costa Azura DNA. No worries. I haven't smelled any. I don't know of any. Oud Lemon Mint and Rochas Moustache. Waiting for them to come in. What are your thoughts on them? So Oud Lemon Mint's a very creamy, woodsy, lemon-heavy fragrance. Not all that minty, like the name would indicate. Strong stuff, though. So I have a question. Curtis, why would you think I need Love Triumphs Over War? Just because you didn't see my content with it doesn't mean I don't have it. I have it. And I'm down to no more bottles of Business Over Pleasure are ever leaving. Any extra stuff I could have parted ways with it's gone. Dedrick and Randy got the last two. That's a wrap, my man. Unfortunately, Curtis, if you want Business Over Pleasure, you're gonna have to pay what those resellers are asking for on eBay. I'm sorry, man. It's over. This is over. It's long over. And the couple of bottles I have are for me to have. I'm not coming off of them. It'll never happen. Those are for me. If they outlive me, they outlive me. But I want to make sure I never run out because it's never coming back. You know. My apologies, man. I know it's not what you're looking to hear. Indeed. Okay, I was just shooting you straight, man. You asked, so I had to shoot you straight. What's going on, Darren? Gentleman EDP, good stuff. Carved Oud or Oud for Greatness? Which one's worth more to buy? That's tough because Carved Oud, kind of a slightly better take on Oud Wood from Tom Ford. It's beautiful. Oud for Greatness, most of the clones do just as good of a job. I can't see myself ever, and I've had a decant of Initio Oud for Greatness. I just don't see spending the money on it when there's so many clones that do a really good job. Like, I actually prefer Afnan Supremacy and Oud. It's got more of the Baccarat Rouge 540 smell to it, more of the saffron, burnt sugar smell, spice and everything meets Oud for Greatness. I prefer that. That's why I just won't get Oud for Greatness. I would probably go with Carved Oud in this situation because it's Oud Wood with slightly better higher quality ingredients. It's really, really good. Not that comes to mind. That's a great question, though. It's a great question. So he doesn't have a signature scent. So I can tell you what he was wearing while I was there for Bianca and Montez's premiere for their Hulu show, Love and WWE, because they did that at the hotel that they were staying at, which that was awesome to get to be. Like me and Atkinson were the only fans that were at the hotel everybody was staying at. So we saw a lot of people. We met a lot of people, had a good laugh with R-Truth. That was great. I'm not going to name everybody we saw, but we saw a lot of people. But they had a premiere for Bianca and Montez's new show that night, Sunday night. And he wore Royal Crown Nocturna for that. And the night before, he had some 2K PR for WWE 2K24, and he wore Tony Iommi Monkey Special because Zaharoff's his favorite brand. He's a big Zaharoff guy. He was a kid in a candy store when we went fragrance sniffing Monday. We went to Nordstrom, Neiman's, and Louis Vuitton. Jordan had a blast. In case you didn't know, Omos's actual name is Jordan. He had a fucking blast. He had a great time. He's such a good dude. Jordan's such a great guy. He was having so much fun. He was in his element smelling fragrances. That man is a true fragrance lover. He loves to sniff fragrances. And the funny thing is, the last time he did that, I don't know how many of you saw the live stream where he jumped on screen with me and he was at a perfumery smelling fragrances. This was months ago. That's the last time he got to do it. So his last 2 times going out and smelling fragrances, one was on my live stream and the other one was with me. So it's kind of funny how that shook out, but he never gets to do it because he's always so busy on the road. Even though he's not on TV lately, he hasn't been any storylines. He's been working the house show circuit, doing live events. He does PR and all these other things. You know, he does different events. But yeah, he was having a great time. Shout outs to my man Jordan. He's such a good dude. Such a good dude. A little late to the party. All good. Yes, I have Mr. Majestic right here. Beautiful plum fragrance. And Mr. Romantic, I actually quite like. It's like Armani Code meets La Nuit de l'Homme. So far, the 2 I've tried are actually really, really good. Fougères Marine, Legendary Black. Avio Profumo for Making Sense coming in today. Man, I'm sure Densmore's version of Profumo is really good, but Fougères Marine, chef's kiss. Phenomenal. Aqua Essenziale OG, Star Walker. I would go guess 1981 Los Angeles here if it's me. I'm actually not a big fan of Aqua Essenziale, the regular version. That's my least favorite of the 3 versions. I like Colonia more than that, and obviously Blue is my favorite. Star Walker is really good, but you could get, if you were to get Bulgari Pour Homme for like 50-something bucks for 50 ml, I think is what I paid. It's a deeper, better quality, longer lasting Mont Blanc Star Walker. Get Bulgari Pour Homme. But as far as under 30, guess 1981 Los Angeles for sure. Similar to Eros. Looking for a deal. Help me out. Where can I go for a steal? I don't know. I haven't been shopping for it because I don't. When I'm not shopping for these things, I don't know. Let's see. Do they have it in stock? See if Fragrance Buy's got it in stock. I got the window open. They don't have it in stock. You could always check Fragrance Net. They have it from time to time. Just check the usual suspects. I'm really not sure who's got it. It sells out pretty quick when anybody gets it. I think it's better than Ultra Male, which is actually a recommendation I made to the chick that was working the desk when I checked out of my room on Tuesday. Her boyfriend, she likes sweet fragrances on her boyfriend. I was like, well, have you tried this? So they're supposedly trying that. She's like, I don't care what he likes. He's going to wear it because he wears what I like to smell on him, which makes sense. You want to make the lady happy, right? You want to make your lady happy. As long as you're good with smelling it too, because it's going to be on you, but because that's a clone of it. I like that better because it's smoother. You replace the pear with apple, makes it a little bit fruitier. And it's really strong. It's good stuff. OFG. My favorite fragrance in my collection. Ross and OFG. What is OFG? What's OFG? I'm at the bottom, so I'll be able to see. I'll be able to see what you type. So, Ashton, what the hell are you talking about? His name's not Ashton Kirkland. His name's Ashton too, guys. What are you talking about? OFG. What am I missing? Clearly, it's something I just talked about. I literally just answered you. Why did you type that again? I literally, like seconds ago, just answered you. Ood for greatness. Oh, okay. Because I was drawing a blank. Well, I mean, it's an opinion. It's just my opinion. You don't have to agree. Nobody's got to agree with my opinion. It's just my opinion. I get it. Hey, man, you like what you like? Amorous Ohm, I did try. I want to say that's one of the ones we tried when we were at Nordstrom on Monday. Ooh, so there's no best, but my favorite, you should watch today's video. My favorite is probably Colonia Pura or Pura, however you're supposed to say it. I like the citrus is very photorealistic. It's the neroli's not too soapy, but it's white floral forward with a little bit of green petitgrains. You have this fresh green, slightly clean musk smell. I get decent performance out of it. That's probably my favorite of the ones I have that I've tried. Okay, Matt, good to see you, sir. Wearing Kamra Kawa, beautiful coffee fragrance. I think he's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on purpose, because he's very strategic. He knows that being a character on the internet makes him a lot of money. So he does it on purpose. Because when I met him, which was 4 years ago now, it's crazy to think it's been that long. Yeah, it's been 4 years. 4.5, almost 5 years. November would make 5 years. So we're getting close to 4.5 years since I met him. And he's a very laid back, chill dude. On screen, on camera, he's a nutbag. And it's entertainment. He's entertaining is what it is. So it's just his branding. Ooh, for greatness. I love me some Mr. Majestic. I have the whole line so far and ordered the newest Mr. Elegant. The line gets better with each release. Majestic, so good. Juicy plum and a little iris powder. Lagerfeld, Bois de Cedre. So Bois de Yuzu is beautiful. Thank you for turning me on the amazing Yuzu scent. Yeah, for sure. We'll check out more of this line. I need to check out more too. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Justin loved it. I figured he would because it was a critical topic. I even mentioned I can't just let him be the critical topic guy all the time. Sometimes I got to have some of these discussions too, because I've been getting heat about it. And it's like, shouldn't be. Let's have a mature conversation here, people. Let's call things what they are. It's a spade. Gotta love the internet. Best. Yes, exactly. And people say, you're the best YouTube reviewer. And I was trying to be funny and compliment me at the same time. And I'm like, no, like Fragrance Fraternity, I said, no, I'm just your favorite. But I appreciate it. Is that Cocoa Puffs code for cocaine? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What Cocoa Puffs? Ooh, so everyday wear, the original. Honestly, my favorite's the L'Homme Low flanker, the fresher one with ginger. That's my favorite. Or the best one. Got Renaissance sample too. It's pleasant, but nonetheless does smell cleaner-esque. Got into Bloomingdale's again. Smells Sedley. Love that citrus mint combo. Renaissance 7 out of 10. See, now I'm supposed to like type a bunch of exclamation points and be, how dare you, that masterpiece. I love it. What's wrong with you? Just kidding. Teach their own. I love Renaissance. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I'm sure the Chiefs are going to win. It's got Nui Dissy and love the smoky accordion. Any recommendations for something that's in the same ballpark? Been a long time since I've smelled it, like years. I don't remember the scent profile well enough. My bad, Paul. I'm sorry. I don't remember it well enough to weigh in. I have a 40 ml, but I got a bunch of stuff on my arms already. I want to spray more stuff. Damn it. I'm sorry, man. Stuck to my arm. Might be coming close to Oud for Greatness, actually. And here's a fun fact. I like it way more than Oud for Greatness, personally. It's good stuff, though, man. Oud for Greatness is really good. You heard that crack in my voice? My voice still isn't completely back. I'm all that hollering. Hollister SoCal. Strictly wore for nostalgic reasons. Yes, big fan of it. It's that fragrance is what has stopped me from getting a bottle of ombre leather. Because I've had decants of ombre leather and ombre leather parfum. Love them. But Rare Carbon's kind of a blend of the two. It's kind of in between them. Quality's good enough. Scent profile's great. Performance is really good. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I'm not talking about that because I can't confirm nor deny if he's doing any of that. I don't know. I don't accuse people of doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about the personality he portrays on his videos. He's being a character on purpose. It's intentional. It gets attention, and attention on social media, it means money. Attention is money if you're monetized. For sure. I have not tried that. I have not. My favorite designer fragrance is Bad Boy Le Parfum. So that's right here. And not the most wearable thing for me. I need to spend more time with it. I've only spent time with it once since I got it. The dry down does get better, but that marijuana note's a little much for me. I got it right here, 50 ml. It's okay. What would be the next level fragrance in the same vein? Because I kind of veer away from fragrances like this. I bought this blindly. I veer away from fragrances like this most of the time. So I actually don't have a recommendation because this still hasn't had an opportunity to even grow on me. Not to me. For sure. Oh, wow. That bad, huh? So your content will wait to buy Invictus Victory. Yeah, save your money. If you're willing to spend the 90 to $100 to get the real deal, get the real deal. This is fine if you only want to spend like 30, 35 bucks. Totally fine. It's just not close enough for me. Fragrance world, they can't be spot on every time, you know. Got a lot of those. Got a lot of those. Have you tried this though? Because I was like, it's okay, it's good. First time I smelled it, but then I wore it and I fell in love. Chapard Black Incense Malaki. Come on. Turn the autofocus off. Black Incense Malaki. It's like $70. It's fantastic. It's black and smoky like the bottle. It's loaded with incense. I think Gaiac Wood's in here as well, and they're dominant. This is like smoky fragrance lover's dream. At first, I was like, oh, you know, the first impressions for those of you that saw it in the haul video, it was a stream. It's like, it's good, but I like Cedar Malaki better. This grew on me. I like it just as much. So good. This. There's a reason it's right here, so I can pull the cap and smell it all the time. That's why it's right there. I think so. Well, I mean, I'm about to shut it down. So, I mean, you're not going to miss anything. I'm literally within the next minute going to shut it down, so it's fine. Pour on for Christmas. Got it for me on Amazon. It was fake. Oh. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Yeah, Percival's regular over here. Most common fragrance you smell around Florida. Eros. Smell a lot of Eros here. A lot of Eros. That's why I haven't been wearing it. I smell it at the gym all the time. Not as much as this gym, so I switched gyms. I switched to the gym where pretty much all the competitors train. Like literally damn near everybody in there is a physique, bikini, wellness, classic physique, bodybuilder. They're all competitors, everybody there. They had a powerlifting competition a couple weekends ago over there too, USA Powerlifting. On a Saturday randomly, I walk in the parking lot's full. I'm like, what the hell? Walk in, gym slammed. What the hell is going on? Half the gym was blocked off for USA Powerlifting competition. But it's a badass gym though. It's a great gym because I go during the day in the mornings most of the time. Last couple of days I've had to go later in the afternoon, which I hate going in the afternoon. But since I got back from Tampa, I've been busy the last 2 days getting caught up. But that's why these streams have been so much later. I still want to stream with you guys, but I've had a lot of shit to do during the day. And my workouts have been later in the day because in the mornings I've been tied up all the way into after lunch. But yeah, Eros. More when I was at Fitness 360. I smelled Eros way more. I actually didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I got it recently. It's okay. I can see why people like it. It's probably my least favorite Bentley for Men fragrance. Not. That was when I was in the mountains. I live at the beach now. Not doing that. Yeah. It was just, I did it that one time. That's the only time in my life. It's not an OG long beard. It's the only time in my life I've had a long beard. Yeah, that was a one-time thing just to do it because I was in the mountains and it's cold all the time, snowing and shit several months out of the year. I'll never do it again. It took too long to get to a point to where I liked it because in this area, when it was like this long, it was like wanting to curl and like be wavy and shit. And it was kind of a pain in the ass to maintain. It was high maintenance. Whereas this is not high maintenance. I just kind of keep the sides tight. When I got like stragglers wanting to fly out the side, I'll just tighten it up. And then I keep this a certain length and then it's constantly doing, trimming around my lip. I keep it tight around here. I shave this area. So this is my standard stuff. Yeah, you'll never see me with a big old beard again. Never. They say never, but I'm saying never. I won't do it again. I smelled that a lot at the last gym too. I haven't really been smelling much on people. A little bit, like some girls passed by yesterday and I couldn't tell what they were wearing, but it was definitely vanilla based. I got hit with like this very like almost spicy vanilla smell. Not crazy spicy, but there was a little bit of spice to it, but a clear vanilla. I typically smell vanilla on women most of the time at the gym. For some reason, they always wear heavy vanillas to the gym. I don't know why, but I used to smell when I was in Colorado, when I trained at Vasa Fitness, which this is actually Vasa Fitness. I'd smell Baccarat Rouge or a version of it all the time. All the time. There was this one dude that wore Eros, but as far as the women, I would smell Baccarat Rouge all the time. No, I haven't. I don't have any experience with Comme des Garçons. Photorealistic church incense. I bet I would like that. Yeah. So my first impressions was underwhelming versus what I'm saying now. Sometimes it just got to grow on you. And that's what I think is going to happen with Afnan Highness 6. It's already, as it dries, growing on me. Yeah, it's actually getting a little bit more aquatic. That 4th rating on the aquatic accord, it's making a little bit more sense now as it's drying down. 9 AM Dive's good. I haven't worn that in a long time. All those come on to the one intense EDP. Eros is a gym fragrance as well. Dude, I would say that's the fragrance I've smelled the most over the last 3 years on guys at the gym. When a guy passed by me and I smell something, it's most of the time it's Eros. Most of the time. Not always. Sometimes they leave me wondering, what is that? Like it's familiar, but I can't pinpoint. So it's always a guessing game when somebody passes by me and I get a whiff of their sillage. But if I get a big, strong whiff of your sillage at the gym, you're wearing too much or the fragrance is too strong. Because I'm not the believer in wearing, heavy spraying at the gym. And I know there's some channels that advocate for that going to the gym. Don't train. I'm glad you don't train with me. Because I'm a dick. I'd be a dick to you about it. If you're like my friend and you're doing it, what the fuck is wrong with you? What? Because the last thing I want is to be overwhelmed by somebody's fragrance when I'm doing calf raises or leg extensions or on the preach curl machine or something. Like I'm in the zone, focusing in my own little world. I don't want to smell your fragrance. That's the one place I don't want to smell your fragrance. Everywhere else I go, I love to get a whiff of somebody's sillage and try to figure out what it is, give them a nice compliment, because I like to give the compliment just like I like to get the compliment. But the gym's the one place that, man, dial it back. I understand if you want to smell fresh and clean, but please stop wearing these heavy, sweet fragrances to the gym and spraying them like crazy. Just because you watch somebody on YouTube tell you it's cool to do it doesn't mean it's cool to do it. My opinion. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, because draws are dropping at the gym. Oh, yeah. On the regular. On the regular. All the time, right? Come back early another day, about to hear current competition status. Oh, the other day in here. I'll have to come back earlier another day. Okay, so I misread that. Real quick, I'll touch on it, then we'll shut it down because we already lost some people. I guess when I said I was about to shut it down, they went ahead and left. So I'm currently, Tuesday for my last check-in with my coach, which starting next week, we're going to do check-ins every 5 days. And the closer we get, it's going to go 4 days, 3 days, 2 days to every day is like the last 2 weeks, every day check-in, staying on top of everything. And then I'll see Lacey at the show because she's in Louisiana because my show's in Louisiana. I'm down to 198.4 2 days. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. So yesterday for check-in. Today is Wednesday, right? Or am I tripping? Tripping. It's Thursday. So Tuesday, 2 days ago, I was down to 198.4. A little under 4 weeks ago, I was at 216 when we ended the bulk and started to cut because she wanted to go, since it's my first contest prep, instead of doing 16 weeks, she said, let's do 20 weeks. We got some wiggle room and we can taper you down slower. And I kind of hit a sweet spot. When she increased my cardio, I kind of took it upon myself to do a little bit more than that. She wants me doing 40 minutes, 6 days a week fasted. I'm doing 50 to 60 minutes, 7 days a week fasted. Made a big difference. And sometimes I miss a meal. Like, and the meal I always miss is 100 grams of jasmine rice and 170 grams of lean ground turkey. So I don't miss that meal every day, but more times than not, I miss that meal. So I'm actually one meal shy. So I'm missing those calories every day. Not every day, but most days. So I'm even in a further deficit and doing more cardio. So I'm dropping weight quick. Like I'm almost down 30 pounds. Almost that quick in a month. So just a lot of water. And look, I feel small. When I get pumped, I'm jacked. Jacked as fuck, veiny all over the crap. I mean, you guys see look at that. All this vascular. I'm just chilling at my desk. I did legs today. I didn't even train anything with my upper body. You can see it in my face and everything. I'm dropping. My abs are showing a lot more and everything. All the separations coming in. My quads had a lot more separation today. I'm getting there. I can't wait to see what I'm look like at 170. So I'll probably be on stage at 170, maybe even 165. I don't know. But it's going good. It's going good so far. I'm doing classic physique for any of you wondering. It's going to be 4 categories: True Novice A, Open Weight A, or Open A, True Novice A, Masters over 35. It's crazy to think they have a Masters category over 35. Used to be just over 40. Now it's over 35. Like when my dad did it back in 01, it was Masters over 40. And over 40, 50, and 60. Now it's 35, 40, 45. It's weird. So much more classes. And when I say classic physique, some people get it misconstrued. Not physique. Physique is with the board shorts. I work way too hard on my legs to hide my legs. Classic physique, which is classic bodybuilding. Yeah, everybody has to wear black trunks. Bodybuilding, you can wear the crazy colors and stuff, which I would have did high vis yellow if I was in bodybuilding. But you got to get crazy, like ridiculous 2% lean if you want to place and try to win anyways on the bodybuilding category. So I'm doing because you can get down to like 4 or 5% with classic physique, and it's classic posing and everything. Like I really, that's the category for me. So I'm with that. So I'm in 4 different classes in classic physique. And I got 120 days till showtime. And then after that, I'm going to do one more. The one I went to support my friends in November, it's at the same exact place in Kenner on November 23rd. So I'm going to do 2 shows in Louisiana. And then in May, they have one in Panama City. So in May, I'm going to do a 3rd show and then shutting it down for a while. So I'm doing a 3-show circuit over the next year and a half. So I don't fall off. I can't fall off that way. Spend a lot of money on my coach and everything the whole time. I'm going to have Lacey the whole time. But I'm excited. Peak week's going to be a nightmare. I've never experienced I've watched peak week with my dad. I've watched my friends go through it. I've watched people do it. I've never done it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to put myself through the challenge and the misery and the sacrifice. So that's where I'm at with it. Still got a ways to go. Obviously, things are going to continue to change week by week. We didn't change anything right now because I've had such a drastic weight drop because the previous week's check-in, I was at 204.5. A week later, I'm at 198.4. Now, this is with boxers on and a T-shirt. Barefoot. Minus the shirt. That's what I'm weighing in on stage. I'll be weighing in on posing trunks the day before. So that's close enough because you want to shave every ounce you can for weigh-in because I got to get under 171 because I'm at the height requirement because it's height and weight with classic physique because I got to be under 5'8", which I'm 5'7", and under 171, which I'll do. My dad competed at like 168. I want to say he weighed in maybe 164. I don't remember exactly. And then obviously you're going to carb up and blow up and be, 10 pounds bigger the next day for prejudging and everything. That's going to be the case. But that's what it is. I appreciate you asking. I never mind talking about it because it's literally absorbing my life. You can't do anything but focus on this if you really want to achieve it. You got to live it. I work out twice a day, 6 days a week, because I have 2 scheduled off days, and on one of them, Sunday is a true day off for me, but Wednesdays, I took Tuesday off because I was traveling. So Wednesday, I ended up doing Tuesday's workout, but typically I do cardio and abs on my first day off. I do abs 3 times a week. I got a certain split that I'm doing, but I do cardio 7 days a week. And so like even on Sunday now, that's changed a week ago, like 7 days a week for cardio now, but I'm lifting something 6 days a week, because even on one of those off days, I do abs, I do core, hanging leg raises in the ab wheel, or hanging leg raises and on my knees rope crunches, supersets, and a lot of them, like 5 supersets. So yeah, it's a challenge. It's the early stages. It's not like it's super hard right now. Like I haven't had a single cheat. I had that foot-long stadium dog at Royal Rumble, but I had missed 3 of my meals that day because we were there for like 6 hours. So the calories kind of balanced out. I just didn't hit the macros the way it would have been ideal, but it was fine. But I dropped 6 pounds in a week. That's where she was like, we're not changing shit. You're dropping, everything's getting tighter. With my check-in photos, and everything's getting tighter. Waist is good, looking good. Your back's looking, starting to lean out. We're not changing nothing. Stick to this for another week. So next week we'll adjust, I'm sure. So with that said, let me try to get caught up on a few of these comments. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Where I go is $40 a month. Nothing crazy. It's $40 a month where I go. Some you can get for, Planet Fitness, you can go for $10 a month, but I wouldn't advise that if you're serious about training. You're missing a lot of things. They don't have a single barbell in the place. Dumbbells only go to 75 pounds. It's a good enough workout, but if like to get in shape and be healthy, totally fine. If you're trying to bodybuild and really grow and stuff like that and challenge your body, that's a terrible gym for you. It's not enough. At first, it'll be fine, but it's not enough. But typically in the $25 to $40 range for most gyms. Private gyms can get a bit more expensive. You're paying for amenities though. Kingdom Sense, how are you? I have not tried it. Okay, so it is. I'll put it right here in front of the screen for you. It is Happy Chopard Lemon Dolce. It's a 40 ml. It's $14 on Fragrance Buy. $14.41 or something like that. They have another size bottle that's a little bit more, but I just grabbed the 40 ml Happy Chopard Lemon Dolce. We're vanilla at the gym as well. Heavy vanilla, spiced as well, synthetic. Yeah, I smelled a lot of cheap ass vanillas at the gym too. There it is. So Mephisto's got more floral tones to it, like you get more of the rose. And Gentle Uomo is fresher and aquatic. It's much more aquatic. That's the biggest difference. I have not tried Clubhouse Blanche. I have not. Air. 2-3 Sprays Edition Blanche or Greenlee is my gym go-to. Adidas Moves Black I've never tried, but Adidas Moves was my jam way back. Wearing arrows to the gym's crazy. I smell it all the time, dude. But for sure, you can definitely test your body heat there. Oh, intense to the gym today. That's a good one for that. What's going on, Randy? No worries. I've gone longer than I was planning on it, Sorry for this live. I'm 5'7". I'm not a tall fella. I'm not the shortest guy, but I'm far from the tallest guy. 185, 195. Yes, sir. That's a conversation that doesn't include me. So scrolling. Jiu-jitsu tournaments. Yeah, that's some serious discipline right there. This is the most disciplined and most consistent I've ever been in the gym. I've been on again, off again in the gym since I was a younger teenager. I was pretty serious in my mid-teens, and then I was really serious in my early 20s. When I met my wife, I was in great shape. I was in the shape I'm in currently, my current condition, my current physique. A little bit bigger because I was on D-ball at the time. You swell up with some D-ball. I used to love my D-ball in my early 20s, but that's part of the reason my testosterone was so low, because I used to never do post-cycle. So that's part of the reason I had to get on TRT, because my body was not producing enough, because it was shutting down. Not really shutting down. It was producing some. For those of you that are counting at home, 173 nanograms per deciliter, which is like the testosterone of a very old man. This was 3 years ago before I got on TRT. Because for some reason, it's a joke that I'm on TRT and that I'm a little man. So apparently there's 6 foot and fat fucks that are trying to make fun of me for that. I don't know, whatever. Like the people that come at me, I'd love to see what they look like. Oh no, I wouldn't take it over soliditally. I do like it a lot though. It's right there. It's good enough to where I don't think I need afternoon swim, because I tried afternoon swim at Louis Vuitton and it's really good, but it's not a big enough difference from that. I'm good with that. Jordan 3 reimagined. Sin of the days, Jordan 3. I think you meant your shoes of the day. Jordan 3 reimagined. The 4 reimagines are coming out this month. Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that. Yeah, for sure. Yes, I had a bottle. Yeah, some people know better. Some people know better for sure. Thank you, man. So the color's a little washed out. It's a brighter green than it's showing. But I wore my gray one that says Rays while I was with Omas and George. And then day before yesterday, I wore the other gray one that's got the Devil Ray logo like this. I got a bunch of Rays hats. I love my Rays hats. Penhaligon's Sartorial. So I tried Halfetti leather while we were at Neiman Marcus. I need a bottle of that. Atkinson turned me on to that one. Man, that's good. Everyone's on TRT. Why wouldn't you be? All the no, trust me, I totally agree. Hell, the clinic I went to when I was in Colorado Springs had like 1,200 guys going to it, and I forgot how many hundreds of women. My wife's on TRT. Or, well, hormone replacement therapy. She has a very, very minimal dose, but totally changed her for the better. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to balance yourself out, man. It's good for your health. Our bodies aren't supposed to be terribly low and off balance like that. You know, there's a lot of terrible, terrible side effects that come with that. It can be life-changing, balancing out your hormones. Nothing crazy and excessive, just balancing yourself out. So with the mixed talk, fragrance I still haven't sealed when debating opening. That's a tough question. We're definitely stopping at the hour and a half mark, by the way. That's 6.5 minutes away. We're going to do a hard stop at an hour and a half. I promise. I would say that's a tough one. What note do I just not like? I know there's something, and I'm just not thinking of it for some reason. Man, my bad, James. I'm sorry. I know there's a note, and it's not coming to me for some reason. Halfetti cedar is a little bit better, but it was so smooth, kind of similar to orchid leather. Orchid leather is amazing. Modern medicine, such a bless. Biohacking is tight as fuck. Man, I'm here for it. It's definitely changed lives in this household. People can criticize me all they want about it and talk shit. I'm supposed to feel guilty about feeling good? Go fuck yourself. So, John Lawrence, Karate Kid, Biff, Back to the Future. Maybe not ridiculous amounts of steroids, but you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Balance yourself out. Therapeutic doses. You know, I'm telling you, hour and a half, we're shutting it down. Absolutely. That's for you. I like absinthe. I know you don't like absinthe. Classy gentleman scent for Valentine's Day. Ooh. Have you ever tried Zaharoff Signature Tobacco? The classiest tobacco fragrance I've ever smelled. Fits what you're asking. You got to like tobacco. Obviously, it's a dry, aromatic, leafy tobacco. Very well balanced. So you got booze and sweetness and all that stuff, but it's not super boozy. It's not super sweet. It's more woodsy, aromatic, a little herbal and leafy, a little bit of spice. It's amazing. I would strongly recommend that. It's his best seller. the GOAT. So I got to the bottom. I'm going to take this opportunity to shut it down. Guys, go check out Dedrick. Apparently he's live. I'm going to go pop in and say hello. I don't necessarily mean on screen, but in the chat, I'm going to go say hello. So go check out Dedrick. Support my guy and check him out. Check out Randy if you haven't yet. If you could relive day over and over again, like Groundhog Day, what would you wear? Shit, I don't know. Rosé. I could wear rosé every day. I could get away with that. So speaking of, go check out Randy. If you guys haven't checked Randy out, Fragrance Dude is the name, D-O-U-D. Just type it in YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys coming and hang out with me. Some great questions. Some of the questions I couldn't answer, James, I'm sorry. Couldn't answer all of them, unfortunately. You had a lot of questions I just didn't have an answer for. So I don't have experience with some of those fragrances. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. Check out today's video if you haven't yet. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what the video is going to do. I still need to do it, but I will have a video for you guys tomorrow. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.